For today's workout, I'm doing classic iron cardio by Brett Jones. For classic iron cardio, you do clean, press, squat. You do one clean, one press, and one squat, all as a single set. You alternate arms each set, and the goal is to do 40 sets in 20 minutes, which means you're trying to do a clean press squat set every 30 seconds. Today I'm using a 28 kilogram kettlebell, which is about 61 pounds, and my goal is to complete a clean press squat set every 30 seconds for 40 sets, which would take me about 20 minutes. And that is classic iron cardio in a nutshell. On the day I did this training session, I didn't say anything. So I'm recording this after the fact to fill in for my silence during the first half of this workout. The length of the rest breaks is dependent upon your recovery. So we're using basically auto-regulation in here. And I've talked about this a little bit in other videos in terms of the talk test, but let's talk about it in terms of auto-regulation. So auto-regulation is when you listen to how your body is performing to determine how long your rest breaks need to be, and also you can use it to determine when to end a set and even when to end the training session. Stop signs are a form of auto-regulation. So I've talked about stop signs in the past, and so they fall under this broader category of auto-regulation. And auto-regulation is an excellent tool for training because it lets you sort of go at the effort that your body can handle on that particular day. Training is one type of stressor, but we also have other stressors in our life. Work, social obligations, family obligations, things like that, all can contribute to your overall stress levels and how good a night's sleep you had, how your nutrition is going, when was the last time you eat, or when was the last time you ate. All those things can contribute to your level of stress on any given day, and thus your ability to perform during your training session. So auto-regulation is a good way to help you manage your training sessions so that you basically don't overdo it. Now, of course, that pendulum can swing all the way to the wrong side where you just get kind of lazy and you don't do anything. So it's sort of a tightrope you have to walk between using the stop signs that we've talked about in some of the other videos and this idea of auto-regulation. You want to use it to help yourself so you're not overdoing it on any given day unless you are planning to overdo it, because that's a different topic altogether. But you also don't want to be sort of just being lazy either. So back to the rest breaks. So the rest breaks in iron cardio are determined by the weight that you're using and determined again by your general physical state on that day. And so you might come into a program, into your training day thinking, okay, I'm going to try and hit 40 sets in 20 minutes. But when you start your training session, you find that trying to complete a clean press squat set every 30 seconds is a little fast. And if that's the case, then you can simply take longer rest breaks, and if you have the time, take a longer period of time to finish your training session, to finish all 40 reps. If you are constrained on time, then you could simply complete fewer sets in the amount of time that you have. All right, that's halfway through, and I'm definitely on the edge of my speed here. On this day, and I talk about it at the end of the video, that I was feeling like I was on the edge. I mean, that's a good thing to be aware of. Where is the edge? Where you're kind of just playing with going a little too fast. This is 4 days in a row of training. I did Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today. I can't remember if I did something on Monday. And I definitely fall prey to the sets and the pace that I set for myself at the beginning. And I went skiing earlier today. Not very long, hour and a half or so, but I did try to maximize the time. So I need to be careful with that so that I don't overdo it. Pace we're going is every 30 seconds. Clean press squat every 30 seconds. And I'm able to talk, but I can feel it. I can feel that it's fast. Fast for what I have been doing. But that's just one thing, like, to be aware of for yourself is, are you a person who, if you say you're going to do it in a certain amount of time, that you're just going to go ahead and do it? There's a little variation in the speed of the press reps, but I think that's okay. It's not drastically different, so I think we're getting enough recovery. That would be the real stop sign, I think, at the moment. That, or if my breathing suddenly jumped up and started going fast. Otherwise, like the cleans and the squats feel totally fine. It's really the press that is the limiting factor. What I'm feeling is that I really need to concentrate on squeezing everything tight to support the press. And when I do that, the press feels good. By squeezing everything, I mean squeezing, pushing my feet in the ground, squeezing my quads, squeezing my glutes, bracing my abs, tightening my lats, all of that to create a stable base upon which to press. Oh, so we're getting close. After this set of left and right, we'll be 75% of the way there. One thing that I think is kind of special about iron cardio is that you're supposed to maintain the same pace throughout the entire training session, which means that the time that it takes you to do the first 10 sets of iron cardio out of the 40 should be similar to the time that it takes you to do the last 10 sets
All right, left
of
hand.
iron cardio. So you're really trying to pace yourself here.
So that left hand was a little slower on the second half of the press than it has been. I don't think I got tight enough. We'll see what the right does. I think we're still good. Just shake it out a lot. So technique change, there's another stop sign. So these are things you want to be aware of as you're doing this. What are changing? And if it's, you know, one little technique fumble or whatever, you know, every now and then it's not bad, but if it starts to be cumulative, if form/technique starts to degrade regularly, that would be a signal to stop the training session. So like, I had a squat itself felt a little funny, so the next squat I just paid attention, made sure I did it right. So it's definitely on the edge here for me with 28 kilograms at 30 with every 30 seconds. And that was a good one. Press was solid. So we have 4 more to go. 2 left, 2 right. I think we'll be all right. There's some slowdown with that left arm, but it's not, I don't think it's enough to be like, especially where we're at, with only 1 set left to go for the left arm, I think we're good. My clock just decided it wanted to change. Okay, 2 more sets. 1 left, 1 right. I can talk, and I'm not really losing my breath, so that's good, but there is definitely a little fatigue. So that left arm was pretty good. What wasn't as good as some of the earlier ones, but it was better than the previous 2. So just making sure I was tight helped with that. All right, last set. Whew. It felt like a sprint today. It really was. So that was 40 sets of clean press squat with 28 kilograms. doing a set every 30 seconds. Took 20 minutes. So right on, and I can still talk, so that's a good sign. Well, we'll catch you in the next video. If you've got any questions or anything like that, please submit them and I will answer them. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.